what's up, everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 258, and we're recording on November 13, 2023. I'm Doug, and joining me today, we got Warren.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
All right, quick reminder, as always, check out YouTube. Check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform. Sub to us on YouTube. And join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. You know, I was shitting myself last week, and I completely lost all my podcasting skill. We're good now.
Got it all out, apparently. Okay.
We did a epidemiological, I can't even say the word, even though I have a master's degree in it. We did a disease location study, and we think it was the bad almond milk in my refrigerator. That's what we think it was. But I'm good now.
Welcome back.
Yep, we're chilling. The announcement today in the Afterhours, after the show, we're going to be doing the 2014 K-pop Song World Cup. We did 2013. People wanted us to keep going, so we're going to do 2014 now.
Another throwback.
In terms of big new releases, we're covering 4: Kiss of Life, Bad News, aespa, Drama, Stray Kids, I'm just gonna call it LALALALA, and then Red Velvet Chill Kill. The only other song that someone might comment, like, why aren't you covering it, is Sujin's solo debut with Agashi, but that only had 13 votes, while the other songs we are covering this week all had 20 to 30, so it is what it is. We're still in that pre-award season mode where everyone's trying to strengthen their case to get awards and stuff, so that's why everyone's still releasing songs right now. The first one, Kiss of Life, Bad News. They are from S2. Last song was Shh. Yo, Kiss of Life has had a pretty successful rookie year, I would say. They had all those pre-releases. They had the debut song. Now we're on the first comeback. I feel like they got a decent amount of traction right now. In terms of this song, though, I'm gonna come with some spice this week, guys. I think the song is Bad News is completely an adequate song, but I think it is one of the most predictable songs I've heard in a hot second. Meaning that after about 10-15 seconds of them singing, I was like, I know exactly what this song's gonna sound like the rest of the way, and it kind of did that.
Okay.
Okay. So,
no, go for it.
I was going to say, so you meant predictable in the song structure, not for them, though, as a group.
Correct. I think that the production was like, man, you could, like, the second you heard the song, you're like, well, I know what this song's going to sound like. Exactly, right? I know where it's going to go. I know where it's not going to go.
I do feel like it was kind of expected for them to do this kind of style of music, right? They have, previously they had, like, Ariana Grande inspired hip-hop R&B track. This one kind of continues off of that. Feels like a mid-tempo, old-school hip-hop kind of track. What stands out to me is the old-school punk guitar sample. But that doesn't really change the core of the song, I think. It kind of reminds me of when G-Idol had a song like this at one point. I don't know if you guys remember, but like earlier on in their run, they had this like mid-tempo hip-hop track. And to a degree, it feels like they were trying to do the same thing here. Make sure they are hip-hop inspired in terms of sound, but at the same time, try to approach it from a somewhat unique perspective, because like you don't get this kind of sound too often in K-pop. But on the same time, I do agree with Doug. It's not particularly like too unique. I don't know. Anita sounded like you didn't really agree there, though.
Well, I was going to say, this sound, I would say, I wouldn't find as common nowadays, but it felt familiar to me, at least.
It's like that Western pops country sound, I don't know how to describe it, right? Like,
I feel like I've heard it before, just not recently, I guess. So it didn't feel new to me. In general.
No. I'm not saying it's new. I'm not saying it's like unique. It's unique in the sense that nobody's doing it right now in K-pop in 2023.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. It's not unique in the sense of what is this hip hop? That's what's that? You know what I mean? It's not that. I will admit. Here's the thing. Let's look at the pros first, right? Because I do think this is a good display of what these members are capable of, right? I think Julie is
that's what
doing
I was
a great job, right? Julie is killing it, like God.
This group has you could definitely see the talent, 100%.
Oh,
that's like obvious that they're very good. I'm still so proud of Nati. Yo, to be fair, for all of you Momo fans, my girl Nati here beat Momo back in the day on that competition show so bad that Momo got eliminated. Y'all remember this? I got receipts. I know I love Momo too, but like I always remember that like fetus Nati beat Momo. Think about this.
She's
like
a great
I always
performer.
think about. Yeah. I always think about
seems
that.
very
fact.
natural.
She's
No, I
great
agree.
too. Yeah.
I think that the company S2 has an interesting concept going here. It's like they've been going for a mature theme, but all the members are of age. Do you know what I mean? That's what a lot of the people in the West talk about. It's like they have very mature concepting, right? And that is in this music video too. There's like almost like a creep on the subway they beat up. Someone's throwing like dodgeballs in someone else's face. Someone's getting a drink poured on their head, right? Like they're doing some interesting stuff, rebellious stuff in these music videos. And if y'all remember in the all of the solo stuff they had before the debut, there was like child abuse in one of the music videos, right? There was like
sensitive
a
topics.
creepy situation with a store owner, right? Like
Right.
yeah, they do all these they're going into this territory where these other groups are not willing to go, and I think it's working for them at the moment, for sure.
I will admit, the whole narrative aspect of this, like the whole like we are like the mature group aspect of this, feels a lot weaker than the first time around. Not because it's the second time around, but more so because it's visually, I think it's very clear what you're trying to do, right? There are various different images of let's like show how they are standing up to the man per se, right? That is like very weak in the lyrics for some reason. Where like if you look at the lyrics, it feels very shallow. It feels like something ITZY could have done, something G-idol could have done. It feels pretty standard.
I will agree with you. There seems to be some kind of disconnect between what's on the screen versus the lyrics, because this lyrics were more just like a very like, oh, I'm bad news, you know, like watch out. But then in the music video, it's like we're dealing with bullies, we're dealing with a creep,
Riots.
you know, we're riots, we're getting arrested, right? It's very different in that sense.
There's a bit of a disconnect there.
And there's also a disconnect because at the end of the day, we know none of these kids are like delinquents or anything like that, right? At least like on a surface level. Yeah.
Persona, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you want to sell that persona, you got to really commit to it. And I feel like the commitment is definitely there in the visual side of things. And it always has been, right? It's K-pop at the end of the day. But, you know, when I'm reading stuff like from the east side to the west side, I'm like, you're in Korea. They're like,
I thought the exact same thing.
The east side and west side of
I was like, east
the
side to the
country.
west side. I was like, some Western person wrote this lyric. That's what more I was thinking, like, or someone who's just like using these word motifs that are happening in American songs is using, right? Like
yeah.
Yo, from like the east side of Seoul to the west side of Seoul, like an hour away.
A lot of traffic. That's
Lots of traffic there.
A lot of traffic, man.
I don't know. I feel like it's still impressive in the ways Kiss of Life has been impressive. Julie's great. Belle's great. Nadi's great. Hana, I have a little bit of a question about, but she's still great too. They're all still great. The sound feels a little less appropriate for what they're good at, what they have been good at. It's also stands out a lot less. I don't think it's particularly well built for that matter. Like there's this old school funk guitar that's like almost country guitar kind of a sample loop, and I don't know if I like that, to be honest. It's you know, Lil Nas X had his thing. That's like 3 years ago now, you know what I mean? Like that's been a minute. Yeah, I don't know. Someone say something. Come on.
Yo, the fight choreography was kind of cool though.
That was good.
The video was cool. Yeah,
the video was cool though. I like Kiss of Life. I think they're adding something fresh to the vibe right now. They don't feel overly produced compared to some of their other young groups in the game. You know what I mean? Like I'll put it this way. The SM children have an SM vibe to them, right? Like, you know,
yeah,
you know, like all these big companies, there's a certain vibe that the company like, but Kiss of Life feels more down to earth, you know, and I like that about them.
Okay, well, we'll have to see how that lasts, right? Because a lot of groups start with that and then they lose it a couple of years in.
That's true.
Yeah, so I can't name any real examples here because I know like we'll get some angry comments, but yeah, you know what I'm referring to.
I like Kiss of Life though. I think like, to be fair, if we think about rookie girl groups, right? I know that they're gonna give it to like L's Up at the M Mama because it's their own company, right?
Oh,
But,
bloody!
like, I feel like Kiss of Life definitely deserves it over them. That's my opinion.
They're up
Just
there.
saying. All right, let's move. Let's move on to the next song, right?
But let's rank it.
No? Oh, rank it. It was tingly. It was tingly.
Tingly.
It was alright.
Tingly.
I don't have any big problems with Bad News, but at the end of the day, I don't have any massive accolades. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a solid follow-up.
it's a solid follow-up, but I want to see them do something. Let's
little
get some
more.
MSG on this, you know? Let's do something a little spicy. Other than the music video. Music video is spicy enough. Don't go spicier there, guys. We're already maximum spice. I'm talking in terms of the song. Let's add a little MSG. All right, let's move into a song that has just a lot of MSG everywhere, right? aespa, Drama Mama. They're from SM. Last 3 songs, Spicy, Welcome to My World, Girls. The aespa's had a good year, I would say, in 2023, up until now.
Yeah.
What kind of song is this, Warren? It's something.
I don't know. Drama is like there isn't really a specific name for this. It's just like slower trap music.
Trap,
Lots of trap drums. In a hip hop sense and less of an EDM sense. I think one thing that stands out to me is like how minimal it tends to be when it needs to be minimal, right? In the verse sections, there's like the drums. There's these like bell synths in the background. Once you hit the chorus, there's this like distorted lead synth in the background, like the bang 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 bang.
I really like
it. That really adds to like this dramatic mood, right? That's I think what really drives this aesthetic, and it really sells that part. I don't know. Did you guys like the song? How'd you guys feel?
I think this is probably one of my favorite comebacks of theirs recently, to be honest.
Ooh.
Wow. Really?
Yes, I feel like what I liked about this one in particular is that it was very committed to the sound visually as well. Like the grunginess, the dark vibe to it, I feel like was very well complemented. Like all the elements, sound wise, visuals, styling, all that made sense to me. So I feel like I like the whole package. It's very, very nice. Choreography.
You're sold on the sound. You're sold on the video. Everything.
I mean, yes. I will say that the only like nitpicking that I could do would be that the song itself is not like the chorus repeats quite a lot. So I feel like it could have been a little repetitive.
No, the chorus is good. I like the
but
chorus
see, I don't mind.
You like it
because I like the chorus
better than the verses, guys. I like
the chorus.
and then I like when Karina goes drama, like, and it might just be because I'm a Karina fan, but I like the chorus. I think the verses is just like, I don't know, it's just like weird minimalistic rap verses. I don't know how to describe this. Right? It's like really different.
It's very rap heavy. It's not. I've heard better rap from aespa. That's what I'll say. Like Savage.
I agree. This is
it's like rappy in parts, like when Giselle's going, but when Ning Ning's going, it's more like sing rapping, right? Like it's like a whole bunch of stuff is going on here.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if you really want to dig into this aesthetic, if you really want to sell it, and if you want to have rap, it needs to be good rap. It can't be none of that.
True.
Like
that's true.
It can't be none of that sing rap acting Ning Ning thing.
Yeah,
no
some of
offense
these
to Ning
lyrics
Ning.
are weird.
Yeah. It's got to be like some badass, rap shit.
Yeah, because they got like go finally rat-ta-ta-ta-ta. All of a sudden, I'm like, oh my god, what are these lyrics, right? Like some of these lyrics open up a new world, boom ta ta, right? Something like that, right? It's like we got all these onomatopoeias because we need to fill space. It seems in some of these verses.
I'm surprised you guys like the chorus. I guess.
Really?
Also.
What? It's good.
You don't
it's
like
good.
it?
No, okay, it's very earwormy. I'll give you that.
Yes.
It's very earwormy.
Catchy.
Yeah, it's very catchy, but like almost annoyingly, if that makes any sense. Like I remember
Almost
it.
what? You cut out.
It's almost earwormy, almost like it's, you know what I mean? Like it's, I remember it.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why it's good. That's why it's
But
good.
I don't like the fact that I remember it. It's like annoying that I remember it.
I feel like I don't mind the chorus, but I can see how you might critique it that it's not anything like outstanding because they're just repeating, like extending the word, right?
They're just repeating the word drama mama, trauma mama,
Right?
and like it's if
It's not complex, but it works, I think.
okay, I mean I'm not saying everything needs to be complex. It's just like the word drama is like used not only there but like everywhere else too. Like I don't know. It's a little too in my face. You know what I mean? It's
I mean, the same issue that you're having with the word drum in this song can be said about the word rock in the Stray Kids song as well.
Oh, we'll
right?
get there. We'll get there.
okay.
Yeah,
Well,
right.
I have the same exact critique with that one
You
too.
do, right? You have the same
I
critique,
do.
I'm guessing.
Don't worry.
It's like someone found out. It's like someone found out the word at SM. Someone found out the word drama, and they're like, "Well, I like the way that sounds." And then someone at JYP was like, "I like the way the word rock sounds. Let's just throw it in as much as possible, guys." Right? I will agree with you on this overarching point, though, where it's like they just basically saying like the same like 2-3 lines over and over again. But I like the vibe of this song. There's something
Me
here.
too.
It's cooking a little bit, right?
Also, like visually, I liked a lot of the shots they had, like black and white, very like noir vibe
Okay.
to it, like the fight scenes. And then there's this very, very nice shot that I wish it would have extended of like the choreo, like line formation against a billboard
Yep.
towards the end
Oh yeah.
that they used for, I think, some of the visuals, the teasers. That was really nice. I wish they would have focused more on that.
All right, we had to take our break. Warren's internet's been kind of shitty. He's lagging, so he's like feels like he's been stepping on toes because it's the timing's been off. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I don't think we fixed it, but we'll see what happens. We're gonna try to wrap up our conversation about aespa's drama. You know, the thing with this aespa track is they do the same things they do with all SM tracks. The vocal layering is superb, obviously, right? Like
bridge.
that's just something
Great.
The bridge is really good. It's probably the best part of this entire song, to be honest. We had some side discussions while Warren was on the phone with his internet company. Anita and I, even though they repeat the same like 4-3 lines the entire time, we like it.
course.
The girls are at your back. They got you, dude. You bring in the drama. It's fine. You know?
Girls at the back, yes.
Girls at the back. They bring in the drama. Although I hate people who start drama for no reason. That's some of the worst people ever.
Oh, okay.
Like
Weird
to be
random
Quite the
honest.
opposite then.
Yeah.
But you know, I like this song. I like Katana Rina when she's cutting people up. I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh my god.
Overall, to be
Yes.
fair though, this is my least favorite of the last 4 aespa things. I like
what?
Spicy,
Really?
Welcome to My World, and Girls all better than this
Oh,
one.
I like this all more than that, than those three.
Okay, look. I definitely think this is some of the weakest stuff that they've done in a while.
Really? Okay.
Here's my takeaway with this song, and that's what I was trying to say at the end of when we were trying to cut off, right? And my internet started pooping its bed. RCN, I'm looking right at you, buddy. These songs, it's a very clear progression of where SM wants to go in my head, right? They want to maintain what they've built. They don't want to completely get rid of it, right? The sound is still SMP focused. It's still the aggressive aespa sound that we've come to know and expect from them. But there is no longer any references to Black Mamba. The plot isn't randomly sprinkled in through the lyrics.
They've like given up on that, right? Like,
Right.
Yeah.
That's been complete out the gutter now. Even the chorus, even though I don't like it, I know you two do, and I know a lot of people will, and I know a lot of people already do. Like, this is a very, very... It's a proved and tried and proved concept, you know what I mean?
Solid.
In terms of, like, how to write a good chorus in K-pop. It's very repetitive, earwormy, but it's not annoying. It is to me, but for most people, it isn't. And it really feels like SM is taking steps to make sure their production is trying to find that balance between general public friendliness and what they've built out so far. I'm starting to feel like we're leaning a little too heavy into one direction over the other, but I think time will tell, and it's a little too early to tell for now. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
I think it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
think
like
it's tingly.
they've completely thrown out the AI concept now. But Novice is supposed to have a debut, right? At some point. So
When?
I don't
that
understand. Like they announced that a while back, so I don't really know. But there was like this is the least amount of like references to the lore I've seen in one of their tracks, I would say.
It's for the most part the most K-pop their lyrics have ever been. In
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I would say
Like
this is
it's-
tingly though. It ain't spicy, but it's fun. It's a fun
Hi
song.
tingly. Hi tingly. Yeah.
Yeah, tingly.
All right, let's move on to the third track. We got Stray Kids. Is it just like 4 las? But in the Korean title, it's rock, which is one of the hanja, right? The Chinese characters, and it means like joy, happiness, glad, enjoyable, or music. Apparently, I'm looking at a Wikipedia page right now.
This character in particular is luck. So it's like to go or luck. It's just to be, meaning happiness, you know, but like exciting happiness almost. So you know, excitement is definitely there, right?
High energy.
You hear this? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think that this Stray Kids track is very similar to S Class in terms of the way it makes me feel, right? Like,
Oh.
they're going for this kind of anthem-y, crazy party type of track, right? Is what I'm getting
Yeah.
from this one.
Yeah.
As the same thing with some of the other Stray Kids songs, I just don't really understand it, to be fair. And this song made me feel very old. I don't know why, but I was listening to this track, I'll be like, man, I don't understand the kids these days, you know? Like, that was the vibe I was getting. And I was like, you know exactly what I mean, though, right? Like,
It's time
I
to
can see
retire
that.
of K-pop.
like Slick Back Challenge, Smoke Challenge, I can understand for what it is, right? This song, though, I don't understand what these kids are doing these days, right? Like,
Okay.
made me feel old.
Sound breakdown, right? This is called funk, but like not FUNK. This is PHONK. It's a genre of electronic and hip hop music that is based off of Memphis. But all that aside, it's one of those genres that's been like wildly popular on the internet, on TikTok, in particular. Doug, do you remember Vaporwave? By any
Yes,
chance?
I remember that, yeah.
Yes. Vaporwave.
It's this generation's equivalent of vaporwave in terms of like internet popular music genres. It's
Dude, this
very
does. I don't know
distorted.
what the song is called. It sounds like some of the tracks they play on the TikToks in the background.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It really does. Oh my god, it definitely does.
the key aspect of this song that is reflective of that is the cowbell sound.
Yeah.
from the beginning to the end. That's the dang 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 dang, that thing. And that's a key part of funk music. Like having that be there is either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it, or you're gonna be somewhere in the middle, I guess. But for me, it's like, okay, this is probably one of the few examples of K-pop trying to embrace that kind of musical sound, and it makes a lot of sense in my head for Stray Kids to kind of do this because it's very dark, but there's a lot of room for high amounts of energy, which that's up the Stray Kids alleyway. It's up their road.
This song, if
yeah,
you
but
look it up, the Giga Chad theme song thing.
Yeah,
that's what this song sounds like. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's the one, right? Yeah, that's the one. The Giga Chad sound. And it makes sense. You remember how earlier in the episode I said, man, they use the word rock a lot. It makes sense now that I look at what the Korean title is. That's why they sing the word rock.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know how the hanja is the lock, right? That's why they're saying even the English word rock, like rock and roll rock. That's why they're saying it so much, I think.
Yeah, it's like a
It's like a wordplay on that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it makes so much more sense now that I think about it. That being said, it's like I was just confused from the song itself. I get what we're doing here. It's fun. It's a party. We're having like a festival type thing. But then we have like a children's drum group, which I like the scenes
band.
with the kids. I thought that was kind of cool. The marching band with the kids was kind of cool. But then at the same time, we have like an Avengers level monster, like a smoke monster type thing
that
going
was
on too.
disturbing.
Sandman. Essentially
yeah.
Sandman. Like there's just and then they have like they have like motifs to Joker in this too, like Batman and Joker, because there's a school bus and there's guys in Joker masks, which is clearly from that Heath Ledger Joker, Dark Knight. Yeah, there's references to that in here too. There's just like a lot going on, and I don't know. And this music video just felt so frantic with the cuts they were doing. Like they couldn't hold a shot for more than half a second.
It was a little disorienting, I'll say that.
That was a common theme with a lot of the music videos this week for me. The Kiss of Life one, aespa one, and this one. I thought there was just so many cuts where they couldn't just let the music video speak for itself, right? They had to like shove in your face what they want you to see.
It was a little stimulating visually. I will agree with you there.
Yeah.
Sound-wise, though, I mean, like, as loud and, like, abrasive as all of it is, I do feel like it's tied down on the central rhythm of everything. And it's, like, actually quite organized. It's actually not... It's actually not the craziest arrangement I've heard from Stray Kids.
It's not.
Crazy, yeah, it's like they've had more aggressive and more all over the place, unorganized arrangements before, and this one definitely is. Sure, it's abrasive, and you know the guitars are distorted, but like, hey, you know, it's not. I know what the rhythm is.
Yeah, this one would be good on like this is like hitting your gym playlist, you know, getting you all hyped up to do a PR on the bench, right? For sure.
You say that about every Stray Kids song, though.
It's true, though. Their whole song just like a workout playlist. And honestly, I think the song is kind of grounded. Like, I know there's crazy parts, and they're saying like all this ridiculous crap, and the screen's going insane, and they're cutting every 5 seconds.
It's strangely grounded. It is.
The grounded part is also when they do the Felix Hyunjin deep voice section, which they add in many of the songs. Oh yeah. It really holds the song together. If you didn't have that, and it was just the high energy the whole way, I'd be like, what the F did I just watch, right? But there is a little depth there when they're adding those kind of parts in. So they know how to restrain it at times. And in those parts, when they're doing the deep voice stuff, they hold the shot. So they're capable of holding the shot, right? So I don't get it. I guess they're trying to make it more frantic by the way they're editing it and the high energy sections.
Yeah. I don't know if I appreciate that, to be honest, but it's impressive. I think it's definitely...
It's impressive that there's a lot of cuts.
No. I'm the high energy, right? Because I feel like it feels like 90% of the time we're like at this peak, this high energy level, and they don't come down very often. Like when some of the when Felix comes in, then it kind of slows down a little bit, and then it goes back up very quickly. But I feel like, to me, having that very high energy for that amount of time, plus the visuals with a lot of different sets, a lot of different props, so many people on the set, and then a lot of different cuts, it almost feel like, yes, there was some structure and it was grounded on a certain level. It feels like it's a little overwhelming. Like when I watch the performance versions or like the practice that they had, it feels so much more digestible than the whole package from the music video.
Yeah, but you don't get the pirate ship, you don't get the Joker school bus, you don't get the marching band with the Sandman people, you don't get the dance is in front of the white dominoes, like you don't get any of...
You don't, but I feel like it almost feels like it could be like if those shots had...
Anita.
Yes, right. If they had been extended, I would appreciate it more.
There's also pirate motifs too, guys. You're forgetting about that.
No, exactly.
There's a pirate ship too, right?
There's a lot of pirates.
Like if they just like soloed it in on Sandman and Dark Knight, like superhero theme, like I could get that, right? But then they keep adding more and more crap in, and I'm just like, man, you got like 5 music videos here, guys. Like we don't have to do all of them at one time.
Yeah. Sound-wise, there was organization in all the chaos. In terms of the music video, I was like, yeah, you know, I'm kind of losing focus a little bit because it's a little too all over the place. You know what I mean? And I don't know what to focus on because it feels like a collage of mosh up, you know, different aesthetics and sounds and, you know, all that. It's kind of a little too much. But hey, I like the rap here.
Yeah, the
say that
rapping
about
was
Stray
good.
Kids.
Rapping was good. Yeah.
That was really good. That was really solid. I like that. It felt very appropriate for the sound. Parts of it was the production going up to their level of energy, but also, hey, I like the rap here too. It's not something I say about.
Yeah. So if you want to feel like a Giga Chad, listen to this one. Stray Kids, la 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 la. Yeah, Giga Chad's just a state of mind. It's not a thing. It's a state of a mind. So you could feel like a Giga Chad in the morning, play this song, look in the mirror, say, I'm gonna bring some drama mama to the world today.
Oh, no.
And then you're ready to go.
Stop.
You're ready to go. How do we rate this one? This is a tingly. I didn't think it was bad.
Hi,
I just thought it
tingly.
was like I was just like after the music video, I was just like, God damn, that was crazy.
Yeah, tingly as well. It's a little much.
All right, final song. Red Velvet, Chill Kill. They are from SM. Last 3 Birthday, Feel My Rhythm, and Queendom, guys.
Oh, what
Hey,
a lineup of
we
songs.
got murderous Red Velvet again, guys, a la Peekaboo. That's exciting in
It's
itself,
back,
right?
Yeah.
I think this music video elevated the song more than it needed, like more than it had any right to do. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of this song, Chill Kill. I thought particularly the weird change up in the first half of the chorus. I wasn't a big fan of the first half of the chorus, to be completely honest with y'all. Second half I like, but even all the problems I have with this song, I thought the music video was so interesting that it made it way better.
I don't know. I felt like the. Wait, sorry. What part do you mean by you didn't like the first half of the chorus?
Okay. Let me
Are you talking
try.
about the that part?
The yoo-hoo part.
Yeah, the hey, don't think about tomorrow, and then there's like the
Oh,
weird
okay.
sound effect going like woo, 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 the whole time in the background. Yeah, I just found that
Okay.
like, and then you hear like a yoo-hoo, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
like what are we doing here, guys? Yeah,
Kill people.
And then I really like the Bring Me Lightning part where Sugi's. Well, I rings in the center in this part. I like the more standardized K-poppy sounding second half of the chorus. The Bring the Lightning part. I was really down for that though.
It felt like it's the Red Velvet take on the anti-chorus. Almost.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Big drop in energy with the first half of the chorus. I guessed that was what you were referring to. I do like the chorus in general, however, because it serves as a good juxtaposition and a contrast to the rest of the song. Like the verses are very minor, while the chorus is very major. You know, in vibe. You know what I mean? And the chorus itself, like if you just look at the melody itself, it's very reminiscent of the last couple songs they did with like Queendom and
Feel
like
My Rhythm.
Feel My Rhythm, that thing, right? It's definitely a continuation off of there, while the verse feels like it's a drill. The whole song's a drill song for some reason.
Yeah, it is. There's like the drill thing in the background.
No, it's definitely a UK drill song. Like if you look at the way the 808s are written in the verses, this is drill.
It's crazy. We got Red Velvet doing drill in 2023, guys.
We have Red Velvet doing drill, Stray Kids doing funk. Like, I don't know.
The way you move. Oh. Like,
How could I be homophobic?
I know, really.
Hey, I don't hate it. I feel like it's a bit of a messy production, but it all made sense because it kind of reflects the theme that they're going for. It also kind of reflects who Red Velvet is as musicians. It's kind of pleasant, but also fucking creepy. You know what I mean?
They have that kind of like 2% horror where, you know how you meet someone in life and you're like, you have the conversation, it's pleasant, but then they leave and you're like, there's something like 1% wrong with this person, but I don't know what it is. That's what sometimes you get from the Red Velvet concept thing, right? You know what it means? Like, you meet someone, you're like, there's just something really off about them for some reason.
Yeah.
Really?
Martinina, I'm gonna name someone that we knew in college that reminded me of that after when we go to break.
Name
there was
drop?
someone.
Drop it in chat. Drop it in chat.
this person that I wrote in chat
Oh.
always gave me.
I can't believe you wrote Anita here. Like,
Oh my
what is
God.
wrong with you?
No, but you could see what I mean when I wrote this person, right? There was always 1%. I did find out that I did find out that this person presented a false face to the world at a certain point,
Oh.
and then it all made sense to me. Yeah, just saying.
For the viewers at home, it's one of those people who present an image that is very perfect to the point where it feels almost plasticky.
Exactly. That was the 1% that I was like, something's wrong with this person. Like, it's there's no way anyone's like this. And it turns out I heard through the grapevine that they say they only do this because it knows it benefits them in the long run. That's yeah.
I mean, I don't see the connection between that and Red Velvet, I'll be honest.
I was just saying Red Velvet and this type of you were saying that their songs have a little bit of weirdness in it, right? And that's how I was trying to relate it to this.
I was thinking more like Tim Burton vibe.
Well, Tim Burton's a creepy dude.
Yeah, like Alice in the Wonderland kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like everything's beautiful, but like really kind of creepy at the same time.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like and I feel like that's reflective of who Red Velvet has been the last couple of years. If you think about the core concept of the red versus velvet, that's also been a thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I feel like it's very reflective of who they are, and they've created this unique niche for themselves within this industry, and it's really reflected in the genre, the sound choices they made, in the lyrics.
Ever
the
since
music
Feel My
video.
Rhythm, because I thought Queendom was fairly standard in what we were getting, right?
That was pre-standard.
Once we got the Feel My Rhythm, I was like, man, we smoking the good shit these days, guys. Like,
You remember he had an essay?
exactly.
thing going on?
I'm still
Yeah.
confused
Yeah,
by
that
that
was
whole
fun.
music video. Like I don't know. And then Suki was the Black Mamba at a certain point. It felt like, right? It was like, oh my god, what's going on
yeah.
here?
Bro, that was supposed to be the big reveal, and they MacGuffined it, the
Yeah,
whole thing.
yeah.
SME, why did you do this to me? I don't know. I do think the music video was dope as hell, though. Like, good lord.
Okay,
Like,
let's talk about this. In terms of it felt like there was a storyline here, guys, right?
yeah, there definitely
What
was.
did you
If-
guys interpret it?
My interpretation was that these 5 friends, I don't know why they did, but they decided to kill someone, right?
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, already that's different from my interpretation, but you finish yours
my
first.
interpretation was they are ride or die. So they decided to kill someone, or one of them killed someone, and they all covered it up, right?
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
My interpretation was Wendy goofed up, killed the person by mistake, and then they're like ride or die. So hey, we'll cover you up. We're homies.
Yeah,
We
so
got
they
you.
all covered it up together, and then at a certain point, the guilt of what they had done started to eat them up, and that's why they're fighting in the middle, right? Some
Right,
people
right,
are like,
right.
we should tell the police, we should tell someone. I can't believe, like they're like, in retrospect, can you believe what we just did, right? So they
Right,
start
we killed the
arguing
person.
about, we killed someone, we hit it, and then at a certain point, they were like,
They resolved the fight by Irene hugging Gary, and I'm like, I would be resolved too. I would stop fighting too if Irene hugged me. Like, I don't blame her.
my interpretation was like, it was like a movie where they had agreed, they had an argument about it, but then they're like, all right, we're just gonna take this to the grave, right? And then
Right.
at a certain point in the future, they're like, if we really wanted to take it to the grave, we need to burn the house down, right? That was the
Right.
vibe I got. So they
That's
went and
the
burned
vibe
the
I got.
house down, and then they were coming back home or whatever, and then they got arrested. But they were so happy to be arrested because it had been eating them up inside for so long. Like, they felt relief that they got arrested. That's how I interpreted it.
Okay, I didn't think about it that way, but that last part makes sense. I didn't catch that.
Because, like, you know how sometimes you're, like, in a shit relationship or something's been bothering you so much, but you know what you have to do is painful, and then when you finally do it, you're like, this is painful, but it makes me feel so much better. You feel so much relief. That was the vibe I got. And that's why they're, like, laughing at the end. They're like, oh, God, it's finally over.
Interesting.
No, that is definitely not how I looked at it, but I think you're right.
I
think you are.
Maybe I missed something in the beginning of I need to go back and watch it, but my interpretation was that the Red Velvet as a group, the 5
As a
of them,
group, yeah.
As a group.
were in this house and they were being held captive by someone. The
Yes.
person in the picture, right?
The
guy.
guy at
The guy in
34
the
seconds
picture.
in. Yeah, yeah.
Right,
The
in the
dude,
pictures,
yeah.
right? So then I didn't think that they killed him by accident, but I just thought like he dies somehow and they are like, oh shoot, he's dead. we're free now, but like they're also kind of like, what should we do now? Like, should we tell somebody that this guy's dead? Did we kill? I didn't quite catch like who killed the person. I don't know if it was explicit to me.
I got it. Kakao killed off Isuman. And Red Velvet is interpreting this that we are finally free from the Isuman dungeon. And we are going to tell the world our story through this song. No?
Black Mamba showed up from Gwangya.
Gwangya? Okay.
And no. I think, Anita, I was agreeing with you for the first half. They are definitely being held captive.
Right? Locked up in some way, yeah?
They're right. They're definitely locked up in the basement. I understood it almost as like, what is that thing where you like, you like start to have like, you misunderstand your situation, like Beauty and the Beast. What is that? You know what I mean? Like the thing. Shoot,
like Stockholm Syndrome?
Stockholm Syndrome. That's the word I was looking for. That's the way I understood it.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah, like they're being held captive. But then something goes wrong because like Wendy turns around and there's like blood on her face.
Yep.
Yeah, that was confusing.
What mistake leads to somebody's blood on your face, Anita? Like you don't trip and find.
They killed someone, guys. They killed someone. They showed a shovel. They showed them cleaning blood. Many ways. They showed like all this motifs. Yeah, come on.
Yeah. No, that was. Maybe like she lost it for a minute and then she was like, oh, what did I just do? I killed my captor. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's what happened. But whatever it is, they killed the man. Second act of the song, second verse of the song is like them trying to figure out how they're gonna go from here. Third verse, like Doug mentioned, I saw it as like, okay, let's wrap this up by burning the house down. By I don't know, taking all of the oil and taking the public bus, which I don't know. Don't do that if you're trying to commit a big crime. Don't take public transit. That's like a lot of evidence that you leave behind. But hey, at least you're happy with it.
Yeah.
The part that really resonated with me was in what Doug just said was how you mentioned that at the end, where you know that this is good for you and you're happy about it, but at the same time
it's a bad thing. You know what I mean?
It's a bad thing. Yeah, and you're like you have to leave it behind you to grow as a person, but like
exactly.
Yeah, at the same time, shit. Like I'm in love with this goddamn thing.
Like there's a lot of relief in pulling off the Band-Aid. Sometimes.
Right. Yeah. Remember me with my last college ex, Doug?
Yes. When you ended it, you seemed so much happier.
Exactly.
Yes, and for a while you didn't want to end it. I was like, you could end this shit.
And then 2 months later, I was like, yeah, that was probably the right choice.
That was the correct decision. The pain was the correct decision. No, right? Sometimes it is.
Man, we're getting very real today.
Red Velvet is a real group, dude. They hit you right in the feels, straight up sometimes. Now, you know what? This quirky chorus thing, and the whoa, 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 whoa thing, it kind of works. I'm thinking about it. I don't like it, but I could understand because they're doing this little kind of creepiness, right? I could see it.
I mean, I get the switch in the chorus. I did find it a little out of left field, to be honest. I didn't expect it to shift. And then they add 80s drum type of sound.
Okay, that's the part I did not like.
Yeah, I just feel like there's certain elements where I feel like I get the intent to make it different and unexpected, but at a certain point I feel like I don't know if it's really adding too much, if it should have been there to begin with.
Okay.
But let's
talk about the third chorus. It's
interesting.
Because I feel like the third chorus needed a change up. It was a break from the track. We have at this point introduced two sound motifs. One being the minor key drill thing, and the other being happy but kind of creepy, kind of a melody. I understand neither of those are suitable for a third act of a song. It really isn't, because the moment you go back to the drill thing, it becomes the drill thing. The moment you go back to the chorus sound, it becomes the chorus. The point of the third act, especially in this track, is to kind of detach yourself from that and create this emotional build-up. You're trying to create a payoff at the end of the song. Awesome. Okay, we need a change-up. Did we need to do a synth pop 80s sound with like acoustic drums? I don't know. Like that feels very out of the... You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like there were better options to make there. And they probably chose a decision that I would not have gone with. But at the same time, because of the theme of the song and because of the way the arrangement is and, you know, and the music video and all that, it almost feels like the parts of the song that are not fully functional and kind of feels weird in my ears. That feels intentional? Am I? I don't know. Am I drinking the Kool-Aid juice here, dog? I don't know. Like, hey, you know,
it works by not working at some points in the song.
That's exactly what I mean. Like, it's like there are parts that are like very out of left field, like, you know, slapping on drill drums in the verse.
The weirdest thing is some of the sound effects for the drill sections they do, like the boom 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 boom. It kind of sounds like Pop Smoke Dior at certain points of the song.
Bro, it does.
It does, right? It really does. There's certain sound effects which are from the drill sound effects package, whichever one they use, right? It kind of feels like there's some like overlap sound effects, and it really like, because you know Pop Smoke Dior at this point is like an all-time classic for the drill genre, right?
Yeah.
But like there are certain sound effects that are kind of loaned over into other songs like this one. And when I hear it, I'm like, holy shit! Like I can't believe you would add these sound effects in.
The 808 bass, especially in that kind of like glissando sliding sound, is like, that's you. If you don't have that, is it UK drill? I don't know. Probably not at this point. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is spicy for me. The only complaint that I did not mention so far is the fucking ending where it ends off mid melody.
It's
like,
cliffhangery, yeah.
I know why you did it. You did it to piss me off, and it pisses me off. SM, like, I know why you did it, and it works, so F you. This is what you wanted from me, spicy.
I think it's high tingly.
Can we have like 2 more bars of outro, guys? Is it like...
We could have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
we needed about 5 seconds more, and I think the song, I think I could have given... I'm going to give it the lowest possible spicy pop like I can. If they had given me like more of an outro, I would have said, yeah, this is okay. This is a really low spicy, but like
nope. That's either tingly, bland, or spicy. This is spicy for you. Every song you've set up until this point that's spicy, this is the same exact thing. Well, there's only 3 tiers.
If you say it like that,
then you won't give it spicy.
But here's the thing: I know out of all these 4 songs this week, this is the one I'm gonna listen to the most. I would assume, if I had to guess. So
there's a lot of there's a lot of room for repetition here in terms of like I want to go back and listen to this again because I want to listen to the lyrics. I want to listen to the stupid weird transitions that they added. Hey, come on, it's kind of funky. It's spicy.
On a big level picture, it's crazy that they released aespa and Red Velvet within the same week. That's crazy.
That's
right?
true.
Okay. Why did they do that?
I don't know. It's confusing to me, but they did. I was like, when I saw the lineup, I was like, is one of these like a special track that's not really a title track? But no, they're both title tracks.
Yeah, no, this is in fact like it's a full-length album. This is like a big deal for Red Velvet. Like it's
people were talking about the album in the Discord saying like it's a no skip album. I was like, God damn, might have to check that out at some point.
Oh yeah, I haven't heard the whole thing yet, but I heard the first half up until Underwater. Like shit's dope. Like this is as much as Chill Kill is like a bit of a divisive song. It might also be the worst song on the album. Like I think that says something. So
check it out.
All right. Other songs this week include Ace. They all went to the military. I guess they're done with a pre-release with Effortless, Omega X with Junk Food, Sujin solo debut with Agashi, Whib with Bang, P1 Harmony Fall in Love Again, One Pact with Rush Into You, and Bang Yedam, formerly of Treasure, now doing his solo stuff with Miss You.
Wow. Okay.
All right. Spice King. Last week, I heard what y'all said. Y'all were blaming me for putting the Seraphim Perfect Night, giving it a second crown. Second place, Jungkook Standing Next to You was in second. Third place, Neezy You Heartress. The new candidates are the 4 songs we covered this week. Kiss of Life, Bad News, aespa Drama, Stray Kids, LALALALA, and Red Velvet Chill Kill. We're going to find out if Perfect Night can enter the Hall of Spice today.
We'll see.
Nah, fam. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. You gotta put Jungkook Standing Next to You in first place, guys.
It was barely on your chart last week.
No,
Douglas.
I listened to it. I've listened to it. And boy, does that boy cook something up there, guys. It's a good song. That's an amazing song, is what I'm going to say. And performance together, right?
Good.
It's a good song.
That's a first. Second place, I have Perfect Night, guys. I have one second. And then in third place, out of the songs this week, I'll put Chill Kill in third place. Yeah, that's my chart.
Okay. We were almost the same, Doug. First place, I also have Jungkook Standing Next to You. Still really like this one. I think it's still my favorite from his album, if I'm being honest. Love the performances so far. So still in first. Second place, I also have the Seraphim, Perfect Night. I think this song is the most re-listenable. Like, it's so catchy. The choreo is really catchy as well. I've seen it a lot on the TikToks. So I'll keep it in second. And in third, I'm gonna give it to aespa.
Drama.
Drama.
Got the girls in the back.
It's catchy. I like it. Put it in third.
Well, you know what song isn't particularly catchy?
No.
Chill Kill by Red Velvet is first place for me.
God damn!
I think a big part of this is their commitment to experimenting with this kind of sound, yet going off of what they've already built off of, yet doing a good job of executing it. Like, it's a lot of, I felt like it was a lot of things that I know are not going to be for everybody, but they still did it anyways, and it really fucking worked well. So first place for me.
Nice.
Jungkook Standing Next to You is the complete opposite direction. He chose something that'll work for him, but also he knows it's definitely going to work for everybody, and it works really fucking well. Like, this is also a really good top contender for Song of the Year. Second place for Standing Next to You by Jungkook. Leaves me with Perfect Night by LE SSERAFIM on third place. It's still a good song.
Okay.
Yeah. Just a shame that Chaewon isn't active in the promotions.
Right.
No, she is. She was at
came
BlizzCon.
back, I think.
Yeah, she was at BlizzCon.
She was sick for a little bit, I think.
If you watch the stuff from BlizzCon, like, they all played Overwatch there, and there's a lot of videos and stuff about that, so you could watch them play. One funny thing is watching Yoonjin play and watching Kazuha play. Kazuha's all quiet. She's like playing. She's like, "Ooh, I'm doing pretty well." Yoonjin is screaming her head off the entire time. Like, like you could really see the personalities of the kids when you watch that one. Gochu Gang, interesting chart this week, y'all. In first place, you had aespa with 96 points. That might be a new record with Drama.
Wow.
Second place, 94. We got LE SSERAFIM Perfect Night.
That's close.
Ooh.
And in third place with 81, we got Red Velvet Chill Kill. Hey, so as a result, in third place this week, well, actually, let's go from fourth. aespa with 6 points is in fourth place.
Oh, really?
Third place,
Okay.
Red Velvet Chill Kill with 7. Second place, LE SSERAFIM Perfect Night with 10. And in first place, Jungkook Standing Next to You with 13. So, it's Gochu Gang's fault. If one more person voted for LE SSERAFIM, it would have gotten the 5 points from them. And I think it would have... no, Jungkook still would have got first. It doesn't matter. Jungkook just wins this week. It would have been 13-12. Yeah, Jungkook still would have won.
Jungkook still wins.
I almost blame the Gochu Gang and SojuTalk Nation for something they didn't do. But yeah, that is the chart this week. Jungkook first, LE SSERAFIM second, Red Velvet in third. Finally, we're at show winners. There was a variety of them this week. Anita, hit us with them.
Yes, we have a list here. Jungkook with 7 won on Music Bank, so he has a total of 13 wins.
How is he still winning for that song at this point?
Still winning.
He's Jungkook, that's why.
Yeah. And then once again, Jungkook with Standing Next to You won on M Countdown, and I think that was the first one for that comeback.
Yep.
And then we have Taemin with Guilty, also his first win on Inkigayo. Then we have IVE with Baddie, another first win on Show Music Core. And lastly, Nizi U with Heartress. They had their first win ever on Show Champion.
Yeah, it's only been, when they won it, it was only 9 days since their Korean debut when they got their first music show in. So that's cool.
Very
Additionally,
impressive.
it's interesting to see how Baddie is winning a lot, you know, even though it's number 1 on iChart at the moment. So I don't know what's going on there. And then MBC's Show Music Core shares new MC poster where the boys Younghoon and actor Lee Jung-ha will join NMIX's Seolyun as the new MCs of the show.
Nice.
All right, that ends part 1. SojuTalk episode 258. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using. And consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
All right, we are back at it with part 2 of SojuTalk episode 258, I believe. Yeah, we're going to talk about some news and events from the past week. The first one is they have those business quarterly reports that the big companies release. Here's SM's. So in quarter 4, so by the end of the year, they're expecting Super Junior Rock is going to have a single, NCT 127 single, TVXQ 9th regular album, right? So that's what we're going to get in the last half or last bit of the year. And then in quarter 1 of next year, aespa English release, Suho mini album, Wendy mini album, NCT Dream mini album, NCT Taeyong mini album, NCT 10 mini album, NCT New Team single, DJ Hyo is gonna have a single, aespa single, Rise Japanese debut, NCT New Team Japan single.
Wow. All in
Until
Q1.
next year.
These are all Q1, so between January and March of next year, you should be getting all this stuff from SM.
Wow.
That's crazy. That's a lot of stuff, right?
That's
I'm excited for the Wendy song. I want to see what they're gonna do with 10. That sounds kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The NCT New Team, since they have one that says Japanese single and regular single, so I'm guessing they're gonna do a Korean one too, right? So that's also something to look out for.
Are they though? Like, here's the thing, right? What I'm noticing here that's kind of interesting is aespa's English regular album. And I saw a Red post about it earlier last week where like they don't have a full-length album in Korean yet.
They don't?
No.
Oh.
Next Level was a single, Black Mamba was a single, Savage was their first mini album, Girls was their second mini album, My World third mini album, Drama fourth mini album. They don't have a full-length album yet. It's a little weird that they're doing that first. You know? Yeah, I don't know. I know aespa's been kind of keen on going into America with like both Better Things and Life's Too Short, but this is not what I expected. It's pretty strange.
All right, next thing. So G-Dragon, right? He's doing strong legal actions against false reports because people were saying that he arrived to the police station with all of his body hair shaved. So that was what people were claiming.
What?
And when other people were like, he could cut off all the body hair he wants, but he still had hair on his head, so it made no difference anyway. And he still has eyebrows here, so there's still hair. So yeah, but he's like, I'm gonna sue all these people just making up these stupid rumors. Yeah.
Like, what? You have to realize, like, what was going viral on like the internet in Korea was like shots of G-Dragon's nostrils being like completely empty, like no like
hair, right?
hair and the nostrils, you know, like I was like, I don't want to look up his nostrils. Like, how'd you get this photo? Like, I don't
I don't understand. He still clearly has hair, right? He doesn't
Exactly.
exist. So it would have been one thing if he showed up to the police station like literally like an egg, like he had no hair on his body at all. It would have been one thing, right? If he showed up like that, but he looks relatively normal. So I don't understand what's going on here, guys.
Is this
Some
the only
people
thing
do.
about
Some people do shave their nostril hairs. They do. Like some people think it's unsightly.
Yeah, that's
It
not
was a-
uncommon.
it was a completely empty though. Like, is that a thing
I don't know.
American people
It
do?
could
Like, not
be.
Korean. This is not Korean at all. Like, we don't.
I mean, I have a nose hair trimmer.
Yeah, we
so-
trim it. No, we trim it.
but I don't go like crazy.
People
It's like-
wax.
It was completely
wax.
just empty. Like, you could look it up.
There's
and-
the viral waxing where people like they put like the gel on the Q-tips and they shove it
Oh,
up and then they
it
go
looks
yank
so
'em,
painful.
and people scream. Like that's a
Isn't
thing.
that supposed to be like really dangerous though?
It's apparently
It's not good for you.
But yeah, it
All
seems
right.
like
Is this the only thing about G-Dragon today?
I see it. That's it.
Okay.
You have something?
For the most part, he showed up to the police. He you know, gave all the witness testimony that he needs to. He apparently cooperated very well with the investigation. And it feels like for the most part the general public has shifted away from being angry at G-Dragon to being like,
He seems quite annoyed by this whole situation. I saw this weird interview where someone was interviewing him on like the police steps and they're asking him all these questions. He's like, the truth's gonna come out eventually. Like that's basically what he said. Like he said it really dismissively.
the police also like revealed that they don't have any evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only evidence they had was like the witness from like another lady. So
Statement.
yeah.
That's that one.
There you go.
Probably the biggest news that happened this week is we have an official date for Baby Mom. We've been waiting for. You remember back with Blackpink, we knew what Jennie looked like for like 5 years before the group happened, right? Yeah. Remember her photos went viral. Everyone's like, "All right, she's good looking. We get it. Like we heard she's a monster."
She was on G-Dragon's music videos too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have an official date. November 27th is the Monday after Thanksgiving is when Baby Monster is going to debut. So that's pretty exciting.
We'll see.
All right. Let's go.
Finally gonna happen. All right.
I'll believe it when I
next
see it.
thing. Hybe plans to establish Hybe Latin America and will be headed by Isaac Lee of Exile Content to bridge K-pop with those in the Latin American market.
Wow.
Hey.
Okay.
Hey, we got a lot of K-pop fans in Latin America. They're
do.
craving
Right.
some music, some talents. I don't know what this entails. If we're gonna have a
Yeah,
Latin
what
American
does
group,
this mean?
or they're just gonna do more concerts or something, or a pipeline or something like that. But it's exciting for sure. That means Hybe sees that there could be a successful business
a
venture over
market.
there. So there's a market for it.
You've seen the Japanese releases. You've seen the Chinese releases. You've seen the English releases. Now get ready for Espanol releases of your
Let's
Spanish.
favorite.
go.
Jeez.
Let's go. Next thing. All right. So today on the 13th, the Seoul Southern District Prosecutor's Office announced that they arrested and indicted the head of Kakao's investment division, Bae Jae-hyun, for violations of the Capital Markets Act. So he and others are alleged to purchase 240 billion, so about $240 million USD worth of SM Entertainment stock on February 16, 17, 27, 28 by making a total of 409 separate market purchases, as well as violating their obligation to report their large acquisition. So in Korea, if you buy a huge amount, you have to report it. And they were trying to hide the fact that they were buying up more SM shares. And he got arrested and indicted.
Yeah.
Previously, he had that warrant and they were just detaining him so he wouldn't leave the country. But now they've literally arrested him and charged him with all this stuff.
Okay, so could kind of translate into my small brain language. He lied about how much money he spent on buying shares.
Yeah, he was lying about how much SM he acquired in order to posture themselves up bigger. So they didn't actually own all that much, but then when Hybe started to put pressure on them, they're like, we need to buy everything real quick, guys. Like, let's just get all of the shares. And then they didn't report that they were buying them.
Well,
Shady.
Don't lie.
we got.
It is relatively shady what they were doing there. They were basically trying to deter Hybe by saying, no, we already bought so much of the stock, guys. There's no room for you to do anything here. This is what they were doing.
That's illegal. I don't know what you expected.
So there's gonna be a collab between G-idol Soyeon,
yes.
I've Liz, and aespa Winter. They're gonna release a collaboration track, Nobody, on November 16th. People are very excited about this. I'm excited
What
about
could this sound like?
Wonder
I'm
Girls?
wondering.
Who knows? It's on this pop bass channel. I don't know what company they're going to be doing this through or in what capacity, but hey, sort of exciting, guys. Oh, I'm excited for this. Next
Shout out to
one.
Soyeon, like man.
Okay, this is not technically K-pop, but I felt like we had to mention it. Dean to make his comeback on November 18th. He also reactivated
my birthday?
all
wow.
of his. He reactivated all of his SNS accounts as well.
Oh please, that'd be great.
For the first time, he's gonna have a legit comeback in 4.5 years. He's probably one of the biggest what ifs of the last couple generations of singers in Korea, right? Like I thought he was going to become a megastar not only in Korea but in the Western market as well.
He was on his way to becoming one. From debut, he was already one. He was collabing with Eric Bellinger as a debut work. He was collabing with Anderson .Paak.
Yeah. And then
Jeff Burnett. Sid the Kid.
Then he just disappeared, started to do featuring stuff, and then he disappeared even further, and we just didn't hear from him for a while.
Hey, he's coming back apparently.
Anita!
At this point.
Anita! I waited 4.5 years for dainty 3-minute track. You kidding me?
Yeah, he's 31 now, so he blew like most of his 20s, right? Essentially.
Anita, you realize the first EP, 130 Mood Trouble, that dropped when we were freshmen in college.
I know this.
Freshmen in college.
I bought that album. I have it somewhere.
Same, I do too.
I bought it. It was a great album. It was amazing. Yeah.
But hey, he could come back.
Look, I hope this is an open up to
he
more
needs to come out on like You Kids on the Block when you just fucking like apologize for being inactive or something, right?
Public apology.
You know,
should.
You know what it became like? It really became like really kind of bad when like he was doing Instagram lives. And people were like, "Oh, we're like listening to your voice with these AI covers because we miss you so much."
Yeah.
And then Dean was like, "Yeah." And Dean was like, "Oh yeah, you should at least listen to that because I can't release anything right now." And I'm like, "What do you mean, man?"
I heard that on one of the last Instagram lives he did before he disappeared. He fell down the stairs and people were like laughing at him. But then they said,
"Oh, that was a while ago." Yeah.
Yeah, right. Back in the day, he like fell down the stairs and people were like, "Well, he fell into semi-retirement." Is what people were saying. All right, so more Cube news. Hong Suk of Pentagon leaves Cube. Prior to this, Yowon, Yeon, Yuto, Kino, Woo-suk left. The members who remain at the company are Jino, Hui, and Shinwon. So Pentagon is pretty penta-done, right? It seems at this point.
Get out.
Hey, it's facts. That's facts. Like
it's a triangle now instead of a pentagon.
It's a triangle. It's not a pentagon.
You guys are awful. It's a triangle.
I'm really sad though. I'm trying to deal with this by being funny.
You are happy to make that joke. Clearly.
Pentagon had such like a weird vibe that it was so endearing, right?
I like them. They had really good songs.
Yeah. Next thing, Pig Fantasy's done too, guys. So they announced their infinite hiatus from January 2024, and Ye-chan and Harin's graduation from the group. So the group will proceed with their schedules until the end of December. All the members, including graduated members, are still scheduled to participate at My Doll events in the future, but then they're donezo. We never got to see the bunny, who we assumed was their CEO.
Yeah.
That's kind of sad. Another one by says, I'm still sad about Gongwon Sonya, dude. Like, oh my god.
Why you bring that up?
And I'm even more sad about Ruan, guys. Where's my girl Ruan?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Ruan.
Bro, she dropped one banger and then dipped, and then but it wasn't her fault. We have some Mama super stages. Well, number one, people are saying how this Mama's really weak, how they don't have like new jeans isn't coming, and I heard a lot of people talking about how the lineup's kind of weak this year. I don't really know, But there's a collaboration between Minnie from G-Idol, Yoonjin from LE SSERAFIM, Zhaoting from Kepler, Bada Lee, and Monica. What a weird... The second row. These street woman fighters are going to be collabing with Yoonjin, Minnie, and Zhaoting.
Oh, is Bada Lee also like a street woman fighter person?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're Bebe. Team Bebe.
I thought that's like the vocalist Lee Bada, and I was like, she's like
Oh, no.
nowhere near the popularity of the other four. But that makes a lot more sense. That's confusing though.
It seems like, are these two people going to teach these three the stage? But no, they're all going to be in it. So
or maybe Minnie's going to teach them how to sing. Who knows?
And then the other stage we got is a collaboration between Zero Base One, LE SSERAFIM, Treasure, and Eungji.
What?
Eungji.
That's the Mama theme stage, guys.
What?
Okay.
Presented by Samsung Galaxy.
What?
I don't know.
All right.
What? I don't understand.
I feel like we could draw a line in the middle and we could have two stages, right? But no, it's one stage, guys.
I'm glad.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, it's happening.
It's so confusing.
Next one, New Jeans will make their Billboard Music Awards. They're gonna have a performance on Sunday, November 19th. That's pretty cool. Hey, New Jeans at the Billboard Music Awards? I might have to watch.
I'm not really sad that they're not invited to Mama anymore.
It's clearly bigger.
Clearly bigger.
And
clearly
then
not of
finally,
a weird collab too.
First World Tour.
Oh shit.
Show what I have. So they're gonna do Seoul, Yokohama, Jakarta, Bangkok, Fukuoka, Osaka, Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Taipei, Los Angeles, Oakland, Fort Worth, Atlanta, Rosemont, Newark, Paris, Barcelona, Berlin, Amsterdam, London, Mexico City, Sao Paulo, Santiago, Hong Kong, Manila, Melbourne, and Sydney. This is a proper world tour, guys.
That's a lot.
They're going everywhere.
Holy shit. Majority of this is next year though.
Yeah, there's some this year, and then the majority is next year. So this is covering them through July, this tour.
Whoa.
Wow.
Pretty busy.
That's a pretty busy layout. They're gonna be tired.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of traveling.
Yeah.
I wonder if this is going to... I think it's an arena tour because the fact that they have Rosemont, which is like a suburb of Chicago, the All-State Arena is there. So this is like an arena level, I believe.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I think
So that
I've
should
been
be
there.
pretty cool. So Newark, that means they're doing Prudential Center, right?
Probably.
So that means that's like a 15,000 person concert. So they're going to be pulling in big numbers.
Wait,
That's pretty exciting.
it also says and more at the end.
And more.
More. This can extend? Dang.
Okay. Wow. All right. Well, I hope they make a lot of money.
All right.
They will.
In terms of the music next week, A Crush is coming back. NTX, Ampers and One, which is the group from FNC that has like Camden in it, is going to debut. We have Anteam, Davichi's finally making a comeback. We have Wonwi Giok. East Shine is going to have a debut. We have that collaboration track with Soyeon, Winter, and Liz. 3i, and Hypen, BB and Becky G are releasing a track apparently.
Okay.
We got JYP, the man himself, and The Boys is all going to happen next week.
Boys. Okay.
All right. What a lineup.
Some of this is out of left field, but hey, this is the end of the standard episode of 258. We're going to come back after the break with the 2014 K-pop song World Cup. We'll see you guys then. 3, 2, 1.
And here's an extra special shout out to all of our Fiesta Patreons on patreon.com. Bagel, Charles, Cotton Ball, Del Monic, Ellie, Irvtron, Gogu Mama, Honey Pools, Liam's Games and Toys, Luke Daniels, NJ Parks, Tyr, Siu Sumi. And thank you for joining SojuTalk, your weekly shot of K-pop.
special thanks to our Discord server mods: Jacob, K-Music Verde, Koala, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.
All right, Warren, what are we doing?
All right, we got a Best of K-Pop 2014 edition World Cup here today. We did the 2013 a couple weeks ago, and y'all were like, "Hey, I like that. I like it. I liked it when you did that." So we're doing it again. Except now we're doing 2014. Now we are doing 2014 because 2014, as you can guess, comes after the number 2013.
Yeah.
But 2014 was generally considered a for the lack of a better word, a really awful year for K-pop in general.
Really?
Yeah. Do you not remember what happened, Anita?
Why?
Sorry, I'm pulling up my list here. It was a big boy year, Anita. 2014. It was like Okay, here's a list of things that happened in 2014. One, ladies' code accident.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, no, I forgot about that. Yeah.
A great collapses during a 4-minute performance. 25 people dead.
What? Wait, I don't think I knew about this.
Okay, moving on. You remember Kim Hyun-jung? Remember the scandal where he like tried to beat up his girlfriend?
Oh, yeah.
Remember Park Bo-eum? She had a drug scandal. Yeah. Remember Kristen Luhan? That's like they were.
Oh, yeah.
Remember Jessica?
Yeah.
Was that this year too?
That was all 2014.
Oh my god.
In terms of the songs we chose for this World Cup, we had to. All right, for reference, BTS Danger, BTS Boy in Love, GOT7A, all those types of songs are not in this tier list because you got to remember that those songs might be classics now, but back in 2014, this was before BTS got popular, guys. Like, these songs were like 45th or 90 something or 50 something on the chart back then. So at the time, like, I get now that some of these are classics, but we're going to do the songs that were classic in 2014, right?
Here's what I'll say. I tried my best to find a good representation of K-pop in 2014. If you are not happy with the 16 that you are seeing today, you can start your own podcast and run your own World Cup.
Yeah, like some of the songs. I'm gonna list the songs of like. I'm gonna make a list of the. I'm gonna read off a list of the songs that did not make the cut, but we still remember them. Super Junior, Mamacita, 2 PM Go Crazy, BTS Danger Boy in Love, Kara Mamma Mia, Red Velvet the debut with Happiness, Hyuna with Red, FX Red Light, GOT7A, AOA Short Hair. Those are some of the songs that did not make the cut here. But a lot of them, it's because those groups were just starting out. Yeah.
Also, for the most part, like if with AOA, for instance, like they had 3 hit songs of that year. I only included one.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't
All right, let's get going. Let's get going.
Let's start. I don't think anybody would be angry. All right, round 1, we have Come Back Home by 21 versus Mr. Mister by Girl Generation.
Wow, these are both of these groups on like some of their like last legs, not last legs, but the peak has happened, right?
Yeah.
the peak has happened for these groups already.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, okay, if we're talking about some group that has like actually passed their peak, I think Crush was their like final regular song before their like goodbye single in 2017 with Come Back Home. So
yes, Come Back Home was their last #1 song. It did reach #1.
That was their last title track before they disbanded. And for the most part, I feel like it was really solid of a goddamn song. You know what I mean? Mr. Mister, I have not returned to after 2014.
I would consider Mr. Mister the end of like the peak era of Girls' Generation. I would consider it in the peak era because after that you got Catch Me If You Can, Party, Lionheart, right? Those type of tracks. So I would say this was still when they were at the peak, because before Mr. Mister, you had I Got a Boy, and you have like Dancing Queen, and The Boys was the previous like 2-3 years. This is like right at the tail end of the peak of Girl Generation. I would put this one at. Come Back Home is like, that's like the final 21 track, right? Like the final main one.
Pretty much.
Wow, I think that Come Back Home has aged better over time.
100%.
Really?
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised.
Anita, it's back when Teddy used to make actual good music.
I guess it's just
Do you
preference.
like Mr.
then.
Mister?
I do like Mr. Mister.
Okay, I like Mr. Mister too. It's a fun song.
But Come Back Home is like, it's like reggae. It's got this like dystopian visuals in the music video. Like, it's very emotional. It's you don't nah.
I guess there was
Good
something about
What?
That's one of the main lines in Mr. Mister. Mr. Mister, say what? Mr. Mister, good
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that.
Really?
I think,
like
if anything,
Mr.
Mr. Mister is one of their weakest songs in their whole discography of title tracks.
Ooh, spicy.
Dang. All right.
You know
I
what?
think
Yeah.
I have Come Back Home. I think it's one of the classics.
Come Back Home.
for them.
I know, Doug, that you think that the peak era of Girl Generation was extended into Mr. Mister.
You think it was over before then?
This is a hot take. I think it was done with Hoot.
So you think you would say the
Oh.
peak is from like G to Hoot?
Genie was
G
the-
Genie, O Run Double Run Hoot.
Yeah, I feel maybe Hoot is in the transitional era almost, but
I would if you're gonna do that, I would still include The Boys and Mr. Taxi.
Yeah, the boys.
Okay,
The
fine.
Boys.
The Boys and Mr. Taxi.
So we're saying 2009 to 2011 is essentially what you're saying is
2008 too. Throw in 2008.
Kissing You.
Kissing You All My Love.
Kissing You, by the way, is my
Classic.
favorite Girls' Generation song.
This is a banger of a track, that's why.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
But it's no Mr. Mister. Mr. Mister is not really that impressive in
All right,
my
Come
head.
Back Home. Let's
Come Back
go.
Home.
It was the final ride.
All right, round 2 in the round of 16s, we got Something by Girls' Day versus Up Down by
Oh my
EXID.
goodness. Oh my
Ooh.
goodness. We got the two sexy songs, guys.
Oh man.
I think one has lasted like the test of time a little bit more than the other.
Which is?
Which one?
Which is?
I think Up and Down. Up Down.
I'll give you this. I prefer Something as a song because I was a bigger Girls' Day fan. But EXID's Up and Down was one of the biggest things of 2014.
It was super viral.
I do want to note, the virality was the beginning of 2015 in January. Song itself was released in August of 2014. But the whole virality kicked off near the end of 2014 because that's when the legendary shot came online, you know? With
The funniest thing, I'm looking at the Something dance version on YouTube. The first comment is, "Stop debuting minors. I want this concept back."
Hey.
That's hilarious.
Oh man. Yeah,
This
that's
was-
not something
this
we
was-
do in K-pop.
This
these
was
days.
still when you could do like an extremely sexy concept, right? Like on purpose, right? Not suggestive, like straight up, like, no, we're going for a sexy concept, guys. It is what it is.
I think, if anything, 2014 was when that kind of peaked.
Yeah.
And from 2015, we saw that shift a whole bunch because a lot of the groups in this generation become less active. And we had a wave of new groups that were very not of age. So, I mean, you can't do it when you're not of age. So,
On Legacy, though, EXID wins here. Up and
Yes.
down. Yeah, for sure.
yeah, up and down
And
for sure.
Something is a classic, though. You know what? I own the Something album. It was made. It's my least favorite physical album I own.
Really? That bad?
No.
Why?
The reason is, it's a white cover, but it's made out of this material that if you even touch it, it gets stained.
Oh, it's one of those like paper.
It's like a
matte
paper
things.
mache almost, like a white paper mache.
Oh.
If you touch it, it get like that's the only album I have it in a gallon zip bag by itself, so it doesn't
Bruh.
get dirty.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember this was an issue with this album. But yeah, EXID Up and Down, one of the classics, that Hani fan cam that started the chick cam craze, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta pick it. It's one of the classics.
It was a whole new wave in terms of marketing. It's had a very big impact on the market. Up Down takes the win here.
For sure.
Round 3, we have Catalina by Orange Caramel versus Good Luck by Beast.
So, okay, if I was to be honest, before we were making this list, I was like, why the F is this random ass Beast song on the list? Because, like, for me, when I think about Beast and I think about some of the classic Beast songs, it's like Shock and
Every day I
Fiction.
shot. Sorry.
Yeah. Like, I don't think of Good Luck, but if you look at their discography, this was a #1 song, you know? It sold extremely well. So I went back and listened to it. I was like, oh, I kind of remember this track, but this Catalina, though,
Classic.
you know, it's a classic.
Classic. They still cover it. I still see so many groups covering it.
Dude,
Of course.
NMIX was doing it like just like 2 weeks ago.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is Catalina is one of the standard flag bearers of you can be weird and like K-pop can be weird. It's one of the classic songs that, like, you know, K-pop sometimes it doesn't have to be serious. You could release these crazy ass songs and it's fun. And a lot of people are still trying to recapture the Catalina magic, but no one has.
Just
True.
the pure memes in the beginning. You know,
Yeah. What a crazy song.
the lovely screaming.
I don't know.
And they had that weird sushi concept, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the thing too. Yeah.
No,
I mean,
it's a classic.
it is worth noting.
Beast Good Luck is a good song, though. Yeah.
Good Luck was one of the songs that won the most music shows that year. It had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins in music shows. I mean, you know, there were definitely songs that were more popular than that in terms of music shows, but for the most part, that's up there. It's also
Beast
worth,
is-
yeah.
Oh, keep going, Warren.
No, it's worth noting that like this was one of the stronger years for Beast, but like it has completely flown under the radar for me because, like you said, Beast.
Yeah.
If I think about Beast, I'm thinking about like Fiction. I'm thinking about Bad Girl. You know,
Shock.
yeah.
It kind of feels like the legacies of Beast. Well, obviously, Beast became highlight after they had a falling out with Cube, but Beast and Infinite, like the legacies are just like not there, you know, to the Western audience. I would say, like unless you were there in the times of 2014 in the trenches, like a lot of people forget that those groups exist, even though they were like lower height, like upper echelon groups at the time. Like Beast was probably like the 3rd or 4th biggest boy group at the time, right?
Yeah.
But people just forget.
You know what it honestly is though? Like it's like this is where being at a really big company helps you in the long run.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they make sure your legacy is like still intact after, like you still get surfaced here and there.
All right, Catalina wins here.
Catalina takes the win with their 3rd single and moves on to the next round.
I wish we had Orange Caramel still. They could do it.
Round 4, we have Mini Skirt by AOA versus Mr. Chu by A-Pink.
Oh my goodness. These are
Chu.
2 girl group classics. And they still both get covered all the time. Oh my goodness.
I have a preference though. Gotta be A-Pink.
It gotta be A-Pink? Oh
I
no.
think so.
See, that's an AOA for me.
Really?
That like early run of AOA where they were like, oh, we're not gonna be a band anymore, and we're just gonna dance and sing like other groups. I was like, damn, like that was a good run of songs. Like we had Mini Skirt, we had Short Hair, we had Sapun Sapun. What's the cat? Walk like a cat, that thing. Yeah. And then like leading into the year after that, they also had like Hit Your Heart. Like it was like a great run of classic K-pop sounds. Shout outs to Yongjin Hyung. Sorry, not Yongjin Hyung. Shout outs to Brave Sounds and Shinsadong Tiger. You know what I mean? Like that was their thing. You know what I mean?
Anita, do you consider Mr. Chu or No 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 as the classic A-Pink song?
I find them like a pair. Like
You
they're
think it's a pair?
One,
Mr.
two
Chu
hits,
has
yeah.
significantly more views on YouTube.
Whoa.
Way more. Like triple the amount.
It's very. I thought it was like highlights of that year. Mr.
Okay.
Chu.
Man, but this is AOA's peak too. I can't believe they both peaked in this year. That's insane.
They were the opposite coins. They were the different sides of the same coin. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, so let's put into context what girl groups was back in the day. If you like the cutesy concept, you liked A-Pink, right? If you were like a 5 years later, if you were like a G-Friend fan, you would have been an A-Pink fan, I believe, in my head.
yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah.
If you were not into 21 or Sojushide, which were the top 2 girl groups, right? You liked groups like Girls' Day and AOA. If you were too cool to like those really popular groups, these were your groups here, right? AOA was, Girls' Day were. Man, I think the song that has the better legacy when you compare these two songs is similar to how you compare these two groups. It's A-Pink has to go on top.
There we go.
I think a big part of the AOA legacy has been tainted by the amount of scandals and the shitty kind of disbanding situation that they went through.
Yo, you remember Choa though? Choa was, oh my goodness, Choa was the best, and Sohyun got so popular with the back pose. You remember what the Soju did? Oh my god, it was insane.
They were quite popular.
I think Mr. Chu has to take it here.
It helps that A-Pink has definitely become one of the longer running groups of this generation. Mr. Chu takes the win. Moving on to round 5, we have Her by Block B versus Empty by Winner. Boy group versus boy group.
Ooh.
I want to say
Her.
Yeah, Her, Block B.
I think, hot take maybe, Her by Block B is definitely one of the weirdest songs of their discography, but I think it's their best.
It's very unique.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
I honestly think Her is like peak Block B.
There you go. Like,
I think if Her doesn't pop off as much as it does, I don't think Zico is nearly as successful as he is now.
I can see that.
Yeah, because they had Jackpot and Her in the same year here. Like, man, that was a good year for them, 2014.
2014 was definitely an era where like Zico was like trying to establish himself as a soloist as well. Like Tough Cookie was also 2014.
It was a big year for him.
If I look at the whole Block B discography, I kind of wish they would have done more of songs like this that are like very funky, very sugary, because I felt like this is where like Zico's productions really came out to stand. Stuff like Nility Mambo or like what's another one? Very good. Sure, they were very good, but like I felt like that's where his like talents really lay. And if you listen to like the stuff that Zico did as a soloist afterwards by himself, like that, it kind of follows that kind of pattern in terms of like concepting. So I don't know. I really wish there was more of songs like Her.
Yeah, Block B was just like a fun group. They had a lot of fun songs, right?
Yeah, a lot of fun songs. Yeah,
Tried a lot of different things.
Yeah, they tried a lot.
Empty by Winner. Okay, let's be honest. Doug, how familiar with Empty were you before today?
I only knew it because we sang it in our singing sectional in the drumming club back in Michigan. Other than that, after we stopped singing that song, I never heard of the song again.
Yeah, I haven't really reached out for it.
It was kind of popular that year. Like I didn't just put it up there because we had something to do with it. For the record, it was first place for 6 days on Melon. It also won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 music show wins. I mean, so that was, 6.
That's a good amount.
Yeah, that's a good amount. But I think Her takes the win here, I'll be honest.
Oh.
Anita, do you consider Her the quintessential Block B song or very good? Very, very good.
I think very well.
It's tough, right?
Yeah, very good is more iconic to like the majority of their sound, but Her I think was more general public friendly. I think.
Actually, you know what is the quintessential Block B song? The Block B Bastard Subunit Zero for Conduct. Bum 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 bum. That's like, oh, that's such a good song.
I'll say her though.
Okay, I think we vote her here.
Yeah.
Also, this Winter Empty song is just kind of a depressing song. It really is, right?
They were doing the whole easy listening thing before everyone else was doing it.
Yeah, I think we pick her here. Yeah.
All right, her moves on to the next round. Round 6, we have Overdose by SojuTalk versus Good Boy by GD and Taeyang.
Oh my god.
This is not good.
Bro, it's Good Boy. I mean, look, I like Overdose, but this is Good Boy.
I am a good boy.
It's a song.
Do y'all not remember the Mama stage where like
I do.
that was like one of the biggest stages performances of 2010s.
Oh, this is one of my favorite EXO songs though.
It's a really good song.
It's a real good song, but Good Boy was a phenomenon.
Yeah, I mean, if I go
Good Boy.
by like song, I would vote for Overdose. But just impact, it would be Good Boy.
How about G-Dragon and Taeyang? They released a song next year just called like "I Am an Old Boy." They should release a new. If the two of them decided to release a song together for whatever reason, it would just go #1 instantly, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
When
Yeah.
Taeyang had a comeback, right?
Yep.
This year, yeah. With
It was a good comeback.
he had Shung, right? With Lisa.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was doing a dance challenge and he did it with GD for a little bit. And then towards the end of the challenge, they start doing the choreo for Good Boy and it matches the song really well. And it was like, dang, this is what we could be having, but they're not releasing music.
But they aren't doing it for some reason. I don't know why. Who knows?
Yeah, it was a bit of a throwback.
I also do want to note, like, a key difference between XOK of 2014 and GD and Taeyang of 2014 is that they were very strategically very, very different. XOK was very much focused on a fandom-based marketing level. Mm-hmm. GD and Taeyang, or Big Bang for that matter, was one of the last remaining groups that were going after a general public-friendly marketing approach. They were of a dying breed, almost. And they did a really good job of it, I think, for the most part. Partially because they were great performers and great songs. They had a lot of great songs. But, you know, Overdose is also really good. It's a good song. But I don't think I can ignore the... Also, like, it's also worth noting, like, the DNA of Good Boy has been in Blackpink's music up until, like, just 2 years ago.
That's true.
Oh,
Remember the YG formula that I always criticize? I criticize it because it began in 2014 with these songs.
Makes sense.
Y'all like duru, y'all like Kill This Love. Well, hey, Good Boy was its ancestor, so I think
look at the pure swagger in that photo on the right. Like, look at that.
Questionable fashion for me, but it's okay.
Nah, just pick it. Let's keep going.
All right, GD and Taeyang, Good Boy takes the win here. And moving on to the next round. Well, round 7, we have Touch My Body by Sistar versus Eyes, Nose, Lips by Taeyang.
Sistar is just unlucky that it ran up on Eyes, Nose, Lips.
Yeah.
Right?
That song
It's
was
just unlucky.
everywhere.
Eyes, Nose, Lips is like a legendary tier song, right?
Yeah.
Like, if Eyes, Nose, Lips could enter any top 10 K-pop songs of all time list and no one would bat an eye, right? Mm-hmm. It is one of the most iconic songs. It won Song of the Year Daesang this year, I believe, in 2014.
Wow. It
really
was
a
also
classic.
like one of the best like R&B songs of that year too. Like,
Yeah.
just overall. Like, I'm not talking about K-pop. I'm talking about the whole R&B scene of Korea at that point. And I look back on it, I'm like, that was generally widely considered the best R&B release of that year. and for a good reason too. Like he's
It won Song of the Year at Mama Awards, Melon Music Awards, Golden Disc Awards.
Dang.
Yeah.
there you go.
Also, that music video. You remember Min Hyun-in was in the music video, and we're like, oh yeah, he got that pretty actress in the music video. Little did we know, guys, that this was literally this is the most successful love song of like all time, guys. Right? Like, let's be honest here. This is one of the most successful ones ever. I Touch My Body is one of the classic Sistar songs, but Eyes Nose Lips is at a different stratosphere.
That was the classic. Remember, like Summer Queens? They used to be Summer Queens.
Songs.
Yes. This is the Summer Queen song.
Yeah, the other thing. All right. Well,
yeah, Eyes Nose Lips is just at a different level.
Nine ko it progresses to the next round, and it's round 8 with Some by Junggi-go and Soju versus 200% by Akmu.
It's amazing that we ended up with this combination, the two like borderline, maybe not even K-pop songs. Right?
Yes, the two sing-songwriting indie songs.
Okay, 200% for Akmu was one of their most generally popular songs, right? This one, it was crazy how much people loved this song. But this Some song with Soju on it, and what's his name? Junggi-go?
Junggi-go,
right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And doesn't this feature one of the Geeks guys, right?
Lil Boy,
right? This,
what a name.
Y'all don't remember how viral this track was. This song was everywhere that year.
Yeah.
It was the reason the word "some" became so popular.
Yep.
To a degree, I would argue almost that it changed the way people were dating at that point, and even till now.
They're like, oh wait, you don't have to straight up date. You could just kind of flirt on Kakao Talk with each other. Guys?
Flirting is a thing?
Yeah.
What? It was also like really representative of an era in Korean music. So one song I didn't include last week was the collab between Soju and Mad Clown. Another song that was incredibly popular in 2014 but's not on here was Reina and Sunny with the Honey of One Summer Evening Night thing.
Yep, that one.
Honey 밤이 꿀. It was a really funky trend where they would pair up K-pop female vocalists with a indie underground hip-hop musician, and then push out this cafe ballad R&B track, and they were selling like hot dogs. I don't know why. Like everybody was
it was crazy.
Popular combo. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. At the very epicenter of that was Starship Entertainment and Some.
Yes.
It was the reason they had a whole hip hop department for a while with Junggi-go and whatnot.
And also just Soju in general her collabs were doing so well at that time.
Yeah.
She was like, I think she was called the collab queen for a while.
Was she? Who else did she collab with besides the two that I mentioned?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but let me look.
Okay. She had Stupid in Love with Mad Clown, Some with Junggi-go, Tim with Kwon Sunil of Arban Zakapar.
She also featured for K-Will, Primary. You know, like she was on a bunch of tracks.
And it kind of makes sense too, because like she did present a pretty unique voice tone.
She had that raspy thing going on, right? The airy raspiness. Yeah. People like that. Yeah. 200% is a classic Akmu song, but
I really love that song.
it's one of their best songs.
So I really dislike the song.
What?
Why?
Why?
Every time I hear the intro with like the strange rap from Chanyeok, it's like I can't get past this part.
But it's so cute. The whole song is really like
I don't find it cute when the guy is older than me. Like he's literally older than me.
I mean, I'm just a big Akmu fan in general. Like I watch their talk show they do these days. I've seen all the episodes. But you gotta pick Some here. I think you have to. It was one of the biggest songs of the year.
I agree. Some takes the win here. It's arguable whether it's K-pop or not because Junggi was half of it, but I mean, it was a big push from Starship Entertainment. So
it was so generally popular too.
Yeah. All right, we have Catalina versus Come Back Home.
You got to pick Catalina here, guys.
Catalina.
You have to pick Catalina.
Ha!
There
Catalina
are other 21 songs that are classics and people remember for all time, but Catalina is the song for Orange Treadmill.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if it was like stuff like...
Yeah, that
one.
If it was that would go all the way. I'm the best, it would go all the way.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Catalina takes the win. Round 2, we have Good Boy versus Some.
Oh my goodness.
Good Boy. You gotta give it to Good Boy.
I think it's a Good Boy.
It's the best K-pop song of 2014.
Right.
Some is borderline K-pop. Good Boy has its influence on K-pop. Everyone's a Good Boy children. Like, you know what I mean?
I also think that Some, for the Western audience, was not nearly as relevant as Good Boy was. Because, you know, it was that whole cafe music trend that started up.
Yeah.
And that was very Korea-centric.
Yeah.
So I'll pick Good Boy here.
I also pick Good Boy. Good Boy progresses to the next round. Round 3. Her versus Up Down.
Up, down.
Up, down.
Up, down.
Yeah,
You have to.
buddy.
It's so much more iconic.
We at it. We at it. Up Down takes the win.
We at it.
Round 4. Mr. Chu
Eyes,
by
Nose-
A-Pink versus Eyes, Nose, Lips by Taeyang.
Anita, it has to be Eyes, Nose, Lips.
I know,
It has
but-
to be.
Okay, can I actually say something?
Yeah.
I actually vote for Mr. Chu here.
No, you're insane. It has to be Eyes,
Hear
Nose,
me
Lips.
out. Hear me out. We're trying to pick the best K-pop song of 2014. Eyes, Nose, Lips is a ballad R&B track that is sung by a K-pop musician. Mr. Chu is a classic K-pop song. Bubblegum, girl group sound. Some people call it the church girl sound. I still feel like saying that's kind of weird.
Church girl.
Church girl.
That's the aesthetic. This is the word people have been using on TikTok. It's kind of weird. Eyes, Nose, Lips. Legendary song of that year. About like...
Anita, please be a reasonable person.
Meet You on Friday by IU is not here for the same reason. Just putting that out there.
Eyes, Nose, Lips is the song of 2014, in my opinion. The song.
Yeah, I kind of lean towards that way too.
It is
Alright.
the song.
Eyes, Nose,
Eyes,
Lips.
Nose,
But I
Lips
love
is
Mr. Chu.
Eyes, Nose, Lips is still in the top 20 on karaoke charts. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
the song ain't gonna go away.
Moves on to the next round. So we now are at semifinals with Taeyang versus Taeyang in Eyes, Nose, Lips versus Good Boy. Good Boy. Good Boy. Good Boy. Good.
Eyes, Nose, Lips. This is where Good Boy dies.
Hey, wait, who's in the other match?
Dude, I don't know. I'm voting for Good Boy.
The other match is Catalina and
Oh,
Up
God.
Down.
Oh no.
I know who's gonna win that one. Hey, but I mean, again, I think Good Boy has had a strong influence in K-pop up until like last year, if not still.
I think Good Boy might have a bigger influence in K-pop, as you've said, but people don't remember that influence is from Good Boy. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh.
And it is my role and my manifesto to tell people where this influence comes
I
from.
get that the influence comes from Good Boy, but I don't think too many people remember that versus Eyes, Nose, Lips.
The song, not the influence.
the song, not the influence.
Cool.
You get what I'm saying, Anita?
Yeah.
Eyes, Nose, Lips? Eyes, Nose, Lips.
Eyes on Lips progresses to the next round. Well, we have Up Down versus Catalina.
This is where
Catalina dies.
No.
Up Down
what?
dies. So we
What?
choose Catalina.
Really?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think Catalina has more staying power. To be
I
honest.
agree.
I just want to make sure we understand. We are saying Catalina is a top 2 track of 2014.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
terms of how epic it is, I think it is.
Up Down is representative of the whole going viral after, like that was a whole thing.
Can we can I make a mention here? I'm
Sure.
gonna shoot some stray bullets at someone. real quick.
Oh my.
What did I?
I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry.
throw some strays.
What did I do?
Lizzie
Oh.
is the top 5 bag fumbler of all time.
Wait, what happened
Why?
to Lizzie? I forgot.
Lizzie, this orange caramel thing was so good, but then it just dissipated, right? Disappeared, right?
Yeah.
She was a fixed member on Running Man in the first or second year of the show and left the show on her own will.
Really?
She left. Yeah, she's come out and said in the more recently that it's one of her biggest regrets is leaving Running Man. Lizzie was a fixed member on Running Man for about a year straight.
That's unfortunate.
She first appeared on October 3rd of 2010. She was guesting for 2 weeks, and then she became a member. And then she left in...
She was on episodes 18 to 25, and everyone thought, oh, she's gonna stick around, and then she's come out and said oh yeah, she decided to not come back. And that was right about when the show popped off. Isn't that a profession? Isn't that a bag fumble?
Yeah, I mean, well,
In other news, Song Joong-ki was only on for the first 40 episodes, but then he became a megastar that didn't need the show anymore.
I
right?
remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so they have 2 different outcomes here, right?
I mean, in all honesty, Song Joong-ki was already really big when he joined.
Of course.
Yeah, he was already.
But yeah, Lizzie was a bag fumbler.
Here,
she wins.
she wins.
Over,
She
up,
wins.
down?
Yeah, she wins.
I mean, I think both of these songs were very iconic at the time.
All right, I'm kind of surprised Catalana is.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it would maybe make it to round of 8. But I guess it's top 2 song of the year, cause now we are at the final round with Eyes No Lips by Taeyang versus Catalana by Orange Caramel.
Well, Eyes No Lips wins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm actually happy with this. Top
I'm happy
3
with this
makes
too.
sense.
I like these. Yeah.
Yeah.
The album covers kind of look like each other. It's a black background with
Circular.
yellow
Circular,
circles. Yeah.
But the right side has a bunch of trolls in the image now. Did you know that I think I mentioned this, but Nana's getting her, so she got a bunch of tattoos 2 years ago. And
Isn't she
holy-
erasing them or something?
She's erasing them because her mom doesn't like them.
Oh.
Dang.
Well.
Well,
Hey, Eyes Nose Lips.
Eyes No Lips is the best K-pop song of 2014. You heard it here first, folks. Or I don't know, you probably also heard it other places, because it's such a great song that you probably already heard about. Eyes No Lips by Taeyang, the R&B vocalist of Big Bang. This is his, I think, second full-length album, or first? I forget.
Yeah.
Fucking
This
banger of an album,
song's
too.
enough to put you in the K-pop Hall of Fame. This song alone, right? This is
yeah.
such a memorable song. That
It is
people will
also
be
worth
singing
noting
forever.
that it's also worth noting there's a parody of SojuTalk singing the thing half naked on YouTube somewhere as a part of Infinite Challenge. Go look that up. You're gonna be scarred for life.
Ooh, I'd rather not.
It's SojuTalk, Anita. It's SojuTalk.
Oh yeah, he's in a bodysuit, right? I think.
Yeah, he was apologizing for a glitch in the show for the week before or something. And I was like, why are you doing this?
All right, that wraps up the 2014 K-pop Song World Cup. We'll be back next week with more K-pop content. See you guys then, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.